They're all on the phone and you're judging. And you could talk about a day and age when it was simpler and nicer and all this. Nobody gives a fuck. And if you don't adjust to the reality of the situation, you will be completely left behind. And that's it. Too many people are executing or hoping or trying to figure out how to live in a world that used to be or the way they wish it was versus attacking the reality of the world. And here is the reality of the world, my friends. The cell phones that you're all holding right now or in your pocket are the remote controls of our society. They are the single most important thing in the world. There's nothing close. Literally, I would rather have somebody roll up on me right now, stab me with a knife and steal my wallet than lose my phone. The world is being lived through that device, and you can judge it, you can do anything you want, but that's the reality. And if you sit here today and have any ambitions, professionally, personally, whether you want to sell a course, whether you want to sell a sneaker, whether you want to raise money for the PTA, a nonprofit, get somebody elected, whatever you want to happen in life, whatever you want to happen in life, you first need somebody's attention, and then you need to tell them about it. In the written word, in audio, or video. This is how the world works, and always has. You want something to happen. You need to figure out where the people are to tell them about that thing, and then you need to communicate that to them in a compelling enough way that they do the thing that you want them to do. You can do that in the written word, you can do that in audio, and you can do that in video. That is how it's been. It was called the newspaper, the television, and the radio. Now it's called a blog, a vlog, or a podcast. It's the same thing. Nothing's changed except one thing. Your attention is moving to a new place and leaving an old place. The other thing is, we have not figured out the creative strategies to be successful in this world. The other thing is, there's a lot of people in here who are not self-aware and don't realize they should only be writing and not making videos because they're not good at it. Or reversed. These blanket statements that everybody needs a personal brand or everybody should be doing video, that is ludicrous. What everybody should be doing is deploying self-awareness and figuring out who they are, quadruple downing on what they're fucking good at, and trying to get resources to support the stuff they suck at. I've written four, when she was like, he's written 4 New York Times best-selling books, I literally was laughing as I was about to get upstairs. I'm like, I can't put 2 fucking sentences together if my life depended on it. But I know how to hire a ghostwriter, and I definitely know how to sit down for 9 hours straight and record a book in one fucking sitting, right? You need to figure out how you communicate to the world as an executor. Which medium? Some of you could do all 3. Some can do 2. But watch what's been happening over the last 10 years. In 2015, in 2002 to 4, it was the era of the blog. It was bloggers. How many people here were a blogger from 2002 to 2005 at any point? Raise your hands. So some of these early pioneers, they felt the impact, right? Right? You were blogging, that was it. That was the medium, WordPress, or even going back further, it was just a very important medium. YouTube had been yet to be invented. It cost too much to stream video online. There was no video players. Podcasting then came in 2005 and 6, had a little blip, but then right quickly after that, Twitter came out, YouTube came out, and everything shifted to short form writing and video, right? And then in the last 2 years, audio has risen again. How many people here now listen to a podcast? Raise your hands. How many of those hands did not listen to a podcast 3 years ago? Raise your hands. Hold them up. Actually, you know what? Watch this for visual. We're gonna do this one more time. How many people are listening to a podcast now? Raise your hands. I want people in the front to look around, see what I see. All right? An insane amount. Now, of the people that now listen to a podcast, stand up if you did not listen to a podcast 3 years ago. I need you to look around, because if you want to understand why I'm standing on this stage right now, I didn't say sit down. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. If you want to understand why I'm so blessed to sit on this stage, is I have a unique, uncanny, I take no credit, my parents get all the credit, ability to slightly understand what you're about to do before you think you're gonna do it. And so what I do is when I know something's coming, I have humility, and this is a word that I would love for people to look up, understand, and start really becoming religious about. For all my ego and peacocking, for the ones in here who've been paying attention, it is my humility that has allowed me to be successful, not in the way that I interact with you and being kind, because that's kindness, in the humility that when I believe something new is emerging, I take the perceived risk of going there first, spending countless hours with no clear ROI in the short. You know how many people in here have left ungodly amounts of money because when social came along, they said, well, what's the ROI of Facebook and Twitter? Do you know how many people here will lose the next frontier because they're gonna debate what the ROI is of buying or building a $30,000 to $50,000 Alexa skill or briefing for their business? A lot.